Conservative columnist and Fox News contributor Cal Thomas went on the religious TV show Daystar, and boy, did he give us a wealth of material to cover. So let's start with his fear-mongering on gay marriage and his history fails.
What can be done about the federal judges that override the majority voters on marriage? Example, one man and one woman.
Well, I think you have to, this is why elections matter. You have to elect judges that will stick not just by their principles, but the principles of the Constitution and all human history. I mean, you don't have to be a believer to look throughout human history and see that the family, defined as a man and a woman, having children together and nurturing them, has been the foundational structure of every society. It's when we get away from those. You look at Mesopotamia, you look at the Roman Empire, which collapsed from within through moral impurity before they were conquered from without. And that's my great fear. I don't fear the Russians or the fundamentalist Muslims as much as I fear ourselves.
Right.
We are committing moral suicide in this country.
Right.
55 million dead babies through abortion and counting. We're mainstreaming same-sex marriage, and the polygamists say they're right behind. They have their group saying as soon as same-sex marriage is legalized, we want our right to live in plural marriages. And then you have right behind them, and this is, you can Google this, it's all out there.
Right.
You have the people who believe in adult child marriage. They already do this in certain Muslim countries, but these people want the rights as adult to marry a child. So all I'm asking, and what I do in debates, is say, okay, if the line is shifted now and we accept same-sex marriage, where would you then draw the line, and on what basis? It's all about the polls and feelings and the culture at the time. It's not about established truth and real history.
Oh, he's going to talk about established truth and real history at the end of a rant where he gets everything dead wrong. So you want to know where the line is, smart guy? Here, I'll tell you. Consenting adults. 2 words, that's it. 2 words, 2 words, 2 words. That's it. That's it. Now, that standard encompasses everything, okay? Polygamy, fine, go right ahead. One man, one woman, fine, go ahead. Gay marriage, fine, go ahead. Oh, well, what about pedophilia? I thought you said... I just said consenting adults. Consenting adults. Do you not hear properly? Or what the fuck's going on here? Well, where do you draw the line if you start moving the line? Well, you draw the line with people saying, hey, would you like to get married? Yeah, I'd like to get married. I really like you. I really like you too. Okay, cool, let's get married. That's where you draw the line. Consenting adults. The reason why you don't have adult-child marriage. Name one person in America who's pushing for adult-child marriage. Fucking crickets. You want to know why? Because nobody is, and nobody would. Why? Because when we talk about children, we're talking about human beings that are not fully formed yet. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. They are biologically and physiologically not the same as an adult, okay? Their brains have not matured, their bodies have not matured, therefore they are incapable of consenting. Are you really dumb enough to tell me an 11-year-old saying yes to sex is the same thing as a 32-year-old saying yes to sex? Of course it's not. Don't be silly. Nobody in the U.S. is pushing for legal pedophilia. You just made that up to try to bolster your argument. To say, oh, people in favor of gay marriage are in favor of pedophilia. No, they're not. No, name one. Name one. You can't do it. Because, again, you made it up. But let's go through some of his other ideas here. I love how even the question was wrong. The person who asked the question said, oh, what are we going to do about all these federal judges that are overriding the majority with their decision on gay marriage? You fucking idiot. For years now, the polls have been on our side. 59% of the American population wants legalized gay marriage. Even the question is wrong. How sad are you? And then we get to, he says, oh, all of human history, it's clear to see. Just look back. It's been one man, one woman. One man, one woman is one of the most recent inventions when it comes to lifestyles. Throughout human history, we were polygamous. And actually, to be more specific, it was something called polygamy. It was one man and multiple women. You want to know why? Because for the survival of human beings, we needed to blow loads in as many women as possible to continue the species. Okay? We didn't have electricity or modern medicine. We need to make sure that fucking jaguars didn't eat us in the middle of the night. So what do? Well, traveled in these little clans and these hunter-gatherer tribes, and then we would have sex with all the women. We'd all, all the men would have sex with all the women to try to have as many kids as possible so we would ensure our survival. And then later on, it was, established polygamy. Even when we started societies, it was still polygamy. It was only very recently that one man, one woman started, way after the Bible. So the idea that, and I love this irony. He ranted against polygamy within the same rant that he said we need to stick by biblical marriage and do one man, one woman. But you moron, biblical marriage is polygamy. That's what they say in the Bible. That's the most common form of marriage in the Bible, polygamy. They're not even wrong. When we talk about guys like Cal Thomas and these far-right conservatives, they're wrong on top of wrong on top of wrong. It's the inception of stupid. And then when he says, well, obviously Rome collapsed from moral impurity. What does that even mean, you dipshit? What does that even mean? Well, they started drinking and having a lot of sex and doing stuff like that. Really? There's a lot of Western European nations right now that are drinking and having a lot of sex and having some fun. And guess what? They have the best statistics when it comes to society, whether it's per capita, income, middle-class income, whether it's quality of the healthcare system, whether it's quality of a life, whether it's the happiness index. The idea that moral impurity destroyed Rome, you just fucking made that up like you make everything up. I find one serious historian who says, yeah, you know what the problem was in Rome? Fags started kissing.